All right, it's 3 p.m. once again. So check muna tayo ng ating audio. Want to make sure we have audio. And sound check, sound check. No, mga walang audio. Wait lang. Tayong audio. Ayan. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Ayon. All right. So thank you so much once again for the guys who are with me now live at 3 o'clock. Again, it's the 3rd of February. Bilis, no? February na agad. And there's loads of things installed for us and scheduled for us this evening, no? Since it's the first Friday of the month, alam nyo naman the drill, right? When it comes to the financial markets, specifically for Forex, no? We are looking into the dollars performance towards the non-farm payroll reports or the numbers. Okay, pero anyway, it was a very, very challenging roller coaster ride, an exciting one too. Kagabi. Okay, so there were a couple of ones that I was able to take. There are a couple ones that I lost as well. So one good thing to see as far as this situation is concerned is may mga maganda naman, no. So I just want to remind everyone that the result may vary depending on what you call this, depending on kung kailan kayo nag-copy, especially for the guys who are copying me. So far this is our 6 months performance now from September and towards February, as you can see it here. Okay, so far we're at 9.3% February, just 3 days in. I would say it may vary to those guys na, or depende kung kailan kayo nag-umpisang mag-copy, because there were some trades, by the way, na was carried over, right, from January trades na naka-running pa siya. Okay, and eventually nag-take profit na. So towards February na carry over siya. Right, and there's some trades that I've taken at the beginning ng Wednesday, right? Tapos kung Thursday na kayo nag-start nag-copy, or baka nag-trigger or nakapag-trade ako tapos sa gabi na kayo nag-copy. Parang ganun, yeah. So depende po what time or anong araw kayo nag-copy ng trade. So far 9% siya up at the beginning of this week or the first week. So let's see how the market would progress, and hopefully we can take advantage of these movements, no. Sorry. Moving forward. Anyway, I'm on AUD USD now. Okay. Balikan lang natin yung ating trading plan from last week. Or sorry, from last week. From the last time we had this session. Okay, stretch lang natin ang konti to. So AUD USD, 71.20 was the level to watch out for. Okay, oops, sorry, where's my writing tool? Ito yan, okay? So this was the level that we are watching. Sabi nga, no, the last time I post this, this is a level that has not been breached. Breached talaga yung term, no? Have not been broken, okay? Since like about August of 2022. So medyo matagal-tagal na rin yon. Well, looking at the market's performance, it really failed to break out of that. Kung mapapansin nyo, based on yesterday's performance ni AUD USD. So bumalik siya. Okay? Now, the level that the level that the market is currently testing is now this 7066 level. So ibig sabihin, papalitan ko tong support natin dito. Gagawin natin 0.7066, right? Or 4 kung gusto niyo ilagay yung fifth decimal point. Okay? So sell if price stays below the resistance. Okay, so yun tinetest niya. Wait for H1 support to break. So kung mapapansin nyo, balik tayo dito. Ito yung binanggit natin dito. Okay, the price went up, bumalik, ito nag-breakout na nga siya. Pero unfortunately for me here, there were no trades taken here. Pero this is a very beautiful bearish engulfing. Hindi ko lang talaga ito na set up. Okay, pero yeah, ito yung sinasabi nating reversal, beautiful price action pattern below the horizontal line. Okay, now it is doing the same thing here again. Possibly it can go in that direction. Okay, pero for me, since it's Friday, well, though it's still few hours away from non-farm payroll, I'll be extra careful, understanding that every now and then, yeah, that I'm monitoring non-farm payroll, it could be right. Different from what the technical analysis is showing us, right? So may mga ganun scenario. So I decide not to take any new positions yet, right, until later tonight. Pero tingnan natin yung mga non-dollar related pairs later on kung merong mga tradable doon. Okay? Pero anyway, this one, by your discretion, okay, this is a beautiful setup actually, given that there's no high impact news and you're just looking into like a short in and out trade. This is a reasonable trade right here. Okay? Papansin nyo yan, if this one can break out, then that's a beautiful thing to see. Okay? Just watch out for the next level, which is 69.79. Yun yung kaninang tiningnan natin. So, baka magtatanong kayo, uy, saan galing yung 70.64? Right? Or 66, sorry. So, dito siya sa intraday. Sandali ha, balik. Okay. So, kung mapapansin nyo, oops. Yan. Meron kasing level sa area na to. Okay? Tapos, kung pupunta tayo dyan, ayun, nasa H1 yan na level. So, that's a short-term floor level. Itong part na to. So, tinitingnan natin kung naging floor level din siya dyan. Very recent, no? Mapapansin nyo yung green line na yan, nag-bounce off papunta doon. So, nag-breakout siya dyan. So, kino-consider natin na short-term resistance yan ngayon kasi nasa baba yung price eh. So, breakout, retest. So, if you want to go and take that opportunity, that's a beautiful setup. Please be informed. Again, everything that we're talking about here is for general commentary, and none of these none of these trade ideas are financial or financial advice or investment advice. Okay, so apply trader's discretion if you're taking any trades here. Okay, so yeah, that's a beautiful setup on H1. Okay, so ito sinasabi ko ngayong resistance, this is relating to 0.7066, right? So which is still good. Okay, but just in case the price goes up, okay, just in case the price goes up and the price moves towards that direction, please do not forget the 71.24 level. So ito, update lang natin konti ito. Yan. Oops, 24 dyan. Okay? So yan yung current niya na resistance. Okay? So from here, okay, pwede ring maging short term ba yan. Okay? So titingnan natin how things would progress for the rest of the afternoon. And this is very interesting for me. Kaya ba natin ang quick in and out dito? I'd like to see if I can go for it. Oh, well, anyway, wala namang natin. Oh, sige, mag-set nga tayo. Layo pa naman si tempting, since the price got triggered. Saan yung... Oh, tingnan natin. Let's see if we can go for this one. Kasi nandyan na rin naman siya. Let's go for this one. Click. Uy! Bumalik. Isa-set up ko lang sana siya ng minimum lot size natin eh. Tingnan natin. Let's test this. Okay, kasi... Yeah, that's one thing that you can do, by the way. If you're not that confident, let's say, gusto ko lang i-test yung level na yan. Don't go for the maximum volume that you can go right away. Remember, you're trying to see if the market can move in your favor, right? So, pwedeng mag-set kayo, katulad nito. Yan, sineset natin siya dyan sa part na yan. Okay, so, entry price natin would be just somewhere right here, 70.61, okay? 0.7061. Kung mapapansin nyo, nagpe-pending order ako ulit kasi nandun tayo. Umakit na siya ulit eh. So, that's a sell stop order. Okay? And, technically, hindi na to kailangan pa ba natin? Hindi na natin to mapapa-expire. Konting-konti na lang to eh. 10 pa. So, 1 hour pa lang. Sorry, 1 hour pa. Okay, sige, pwede. Tingnan natin kung tatanggapin pa niya yung expiry kahit malapit na dyan. Okay, tapos, set natin to ng, okay, set tayo ng, sorry. Kinlik ko kagad. Tingnan natin. So, yan lang yung previous bar lang din. Kung hindi niya kayang ituloy-tuloy yan. So, tingnan natin kung matitrigger tayo dyan. 20 pips nga natin. Okay, somewhere at 70.81. Okay. Sige, modify natin. Stop loss 0.7081. Ayan. So 20 pips higher. So 20 pip per move. Okay. So kung magte-take profit din tayo, so 1:1 is reasonable. Okay. So again, pwedeng mamaya nyo na gawin yan. Pag nag-trigger, drag nyo lang yan. Or ngayon pa lang, lagay nyo na. So ibig sabihin, 61, 70.41. So, 20 pips naman lower. So, ibig sabihin, yan, 1:1. Okay? Now, ngayon, kung hindi kayo comfortable, you can always cancel it. So, kung mapapansin nyo bakit nag-pending order ako instead of nag-at market. Kasi nung habang tinitingnan natin siya, bumalik eh. Right? Doon nag-trigger siya, pero bumalik. So, tingnan natin kung kaya niyang tuloy-tuloy pa yan. Right? Towards the end of that bar. Right? Pero pag hindi, then automatically we have an expiration for this one. Let's see kung anong mangyayari dito. So, baka mag-breakout siya papunta, or baka bumalik siya above, no? Kasi meron tayong pin bar na nakikita dito. Okay? May nakikita tayong pin bar dyan. Pwede kasi mangyari mag-pullback to eh. Okay? Lalo na if you are, let's say, religiously following your moving averages. Okay? So, minsan ang inaabangan nyo is, after niya ma-break yung ganyang dynamic resistance nyo na yan, yung dynamic support nyo. Okay? So, saka nyo siya antay na mag-pullback doon, or yung retest kung tinatawag natin, no? Saka tayo magsisell ng ganon. So, pwedeng mangyari yon, pwedeng doon kayo mag-abang. It's just that, again, sabi ko sa inyo, please do not disregard yung short-term support din. Pero, kasi merong ibang trader sabi, hindi ako tumitingin ng mga 1 hourly support and resistance. Nakafocus lang ako sa D1, yung higher time frame lang. Kumbaga, yung iba, major levels lang talaga, right? Yun yung sinasabi nating major levels. Yung level from the higher time frame na nakita natin. So, whether it's support or resistance. So, actually, from here, pwede ko nang tanggalin tong zone kasi para mabawasan natin yung nakalagay dito. Tanggalin ko na yung zone na yan. Nilalagay ko lang kasi yun for short-term movement eh. So, technically, price have gone lower, right? So, tingnan natin if it can continue. So, yan yung magiging bias natin for AUD-USD. Tingnan natin si NZD-USD. H4, by the way, oops, hindi ko pa natatanggal ang ating symmetrical triangle as you have seen it posted dun sa ating TGIFX na ano, no? So, that symmetrical triangle broken now. A beautiful bounce here from the 65.35 level. Ano ba yung sabi natin dito? Yun. Support and resistance. Nandyan lang din naman. So, as you know it, what's the best level where is the best level to sell? It's coming from the resistance. Where's the best level to buy? Coming from the support. So, if you guys were able to catch that move right there, very beautiful, right? And kung hindi naman, then constantly monitor the market and find a level where you can get in. Kumbaga, it's not about clicking the buy or sell button. Napakadali lang mag-click ng buy and sell eh. Walang problema dun eh. Pero knowing when to get in and when to get out, that's the big question that you really need to make sure you answer clearly all the time. Or else, you could be just guessing your way into a trading position, which is not advisable. Okay? So, the question is now, nag-bounce na yan from 65.35. Ano na yung gagawin ko next? Okay, good. So, that's a beautiful drop right here towards this zone floor level na to. Mapapansin nyo yan yung may kung gray ba or medyo greenish. Okay? Yan. So, tingnan natin on the D1 chart. So, technically, this is a level to remind me of this zone right here. Okay? So, area na yan. So, kumbaga, ito yung nagiging short term niya. Okay? So, pwede rin baliktarin nyo. Okay? So, parang naisip ko ngayon. No? Parang ganito. Kung gusto nyo rin gamitin yung ganyang analysis, okay? Pwedeng baliktad. So, yung short term nyo yung titingnan nyo doon. Okay? Yan. Parang ganyan. So, tingnan natin dyan. Ayan. Minsan kasi gusto natin yung top ng line. So, nasa sa inyo talaga po kung gaano ka-strict kayo dun sa level na yan. Okay? So, yan. Short-term move. Tingnan nga natin dito. Kung lalagay tayo ng short-term, ako lalagay ko dito. Dali. Masyadong malayo na yung in-stretch natin dito. Dali, move ka lang dyan. Saka ako i-zoom in kasi hindi ko na mahawakan to. Ayan. Hindi ko ma-hold tong part na to. Okay. Pero mas maganda kung magi-intraday level na rin naman. Itong nandito na, yung pinaka-recent, ano. Tingnan nga natin. So, ibig sabihin, pag ganito yung naging bias natin, or yung analysis natin on the short term. So, ibig sabihin, sell pa rin tayo papunta dun sa level na yon, which is good. Which is good pa rin naman. Tingnan natin si H1. Ayun. So, we have room here. Ayun. So, kung mag-i-intraday trading na kayo, okay, so, titingnan nyo din yung mga intraday levels, right? So, kaso nga lang minsan, no, as experience, minsan yung ganitong approach, like, ang dami-dami naman tinitingnan. So, minsan, para sa ibang trader, parang ang daming ginagawa, no? So, nasa sa inyo pa rin po. Kaya, sabi ko nga kanina, may mga traders talaga na, hindi naman ako tumitingin sa mga intraday levels na yan. Gusto ko lang makita yung mga major ones. So, again, discretionary naman po itong mga actions na ito. right? So para sa akin kaya ko ito sinasabi kasi or kaya ko pinapakita sa inyo kasi this is the most conservative way to find your entry price, right? Hindi yung parang bara-bara lang. Makita mo lang like, gusto ko na yan. Get in kagad. So again, do not trade based on what you think or feel, right? Trade based on what you see. Okay, so kung hindi mo nakikita yung opportunity to get in on that trade, then no one's forcing you. There's no shotgun in your head, no, especially if you're watching some trade idea session like this, no, it may not come from me or it may come from someone else, no, or probably an article that you have read, a strategy that you have been following. Okay, do not blindly follow those information lang, right, for the sake of you having a trade. Where you want to be is in a position that you understand what you're doing, because if you understand the activity, no, yung ginagawa mo, you are giving yourself a fighting chance. Okay? You're giving yourself a fighting chance of making it. Diba? Kasi not necessarily to win on that trade. But instead, just in case natalo yung trade, alam mo yung nangyari. Diba? Alam mo yung nangyari. Ano ibig sabihin doon? Ibig sabihin, pag binalikan mo yung trade or papasok ka sa same situation later on, maalala mo, sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, ito yung ganito dati. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang room for improvement. Compared to someone who's just blindly following something, ang hirap i-identify kung saan ka nagkamali. So, ibig sabihin, ang hirap din i-identify kung ano yung pwede mong i-improve on. Okay? So, that's just a tip lang naman para sa akin. Again, take every information that you get, not just coming from me, coming from anything that you read, you watch, you see, or you hear from someone, right? With a grain of salt, right? Ask yourself, ano bang pagkakaintindi ko dito? Eto, okay. Then, that's you again giving yourself a fighting chance to make it out of this industry. Kasi minsan, right, may narinig tayo, sinundan natin, natalo, sisisihin natin yung nagtaong nagsabi, tapos hindi nyo nagagawin ulit, di ba? So, tapos eventually, marirealize mo, ganito lang pala yun. Tapos uulit ka naman. So, back from scratch kasi yung mga dati mo natutunan, nakalimutan mo na. Right? So, I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but if I am, please let me know in the comment section or if there's some clarification that you want from that line that I mentioned or said, please let me know too. Yeah, go and message me directly so I can clarify things out for you. All right. Anyway, so intraday conservative, sabi ko nga, I won't be taking any sell here not unless it breaks out of this level. So ibig sabihin, kung short-term trades, lagay tayo dito ha, short-term trades. Okay. Ano yung possible? Short-term trades, pwede akong mag-sell, pero I want to see or wait. Yeah, pwede ganyan. Wait for, lalagay ko yung number, 64, 69, support to support breakout. Yan, parang ganyan. Okay? Then, retest. Okay. Ako talaga nag-aantay ako ng retest for this one. So, kung hindi naman kayo big fan ng mga retest na yan, sabi mo, kailangan pa ng retest, pwede naman na pumasok ngayon. Yeah? So, nasa sa inyo pa rin po. Sa akin, kumbaga, again, I'm giving you the most conservative way to find a trade here. Okay? So, lower time frame, ganun pa rin sa 15 minutes. So, breakout, retest. So, kung magdo-drawing ako dito, parang ganito yung gusto kong makita ninyo. No? So, one good way to know if you have a strong trend is when the recent low is lower than the previous. So, there's momentum there. Price have been pushed much lower from where the lowest price was in the past, right? And at the same time, you can see momentum coming from historical data. So, ibig sabihin, if this would be the area to sell, this is lower than the previous high naman. So, yeah, yun yung mga naririnig yung lower high, lower low. Yun po yung ibig sabihin nun. So, there's momentum coming from sellers or the bears pushing the price much lower. So, pag binaliktad nyo, yun naman yung uptrend. Okay? So, anyway, so that's what I'm talking about. So, NZD USD will be on our watch list. And if not tonight towards the non-farm payroll, it could be something that we can still carry over till next week. Okay? Now, jumping into Euro USD after, right, that beautiful news as well relating to Euro USD last night. You have your ECB press conference. Then you have refinancing rate, including monetary policy statements that was released last night. Okay? It was not so good for the Euro. Mapapansin nyo yung malaking block na yan or yung bar na yan. No? So that was the news last night. Let's say walang news, that pullback is quite expected after a breakout of this resistance. Okay? So, I'm not sure again if you check that post no sa ano natin sa what do you call this? The TGIFX Facebook page. If you're not there yet, and you're watching this video, go and search it out, TGIFX Premier, right? And I'm posting all the currency pairs that I'm monitoring with the technical analysis there. And again, personal bias po yun. And please apply discretion pa rin if you're following. Okay? So, ang nabanggit ko doon, it has broken 0.8 or 1.0890 resistance. That level, right, has not been breached or broken since April. Okay? So, ito na yung retest na to. So, ibig sabihin, without the news, that retest is really expected. It came a little early lang, kumbaga, right? Kasi usually there's a couple of bars there bago magda-drop siya. So, ito talagang almost purely correction from where it opened a couple days ago, no? So, pero again, that level remains, or the price remains to be above that level, 1.0990 or 0890. So, the bias remains to be a buy. Okay? So, nandito pa rin tayo. Buy pa rin yung ating level na to. In case the price goes below that level, then saka tayo maghahanap ng sell. Okay? Yun pa rin yung ating bias dyan. Okay? Looking at the lower time frame, we're looking at H4 now. Okay? Meron ba tayong beautiful entry price here? This is a good one coming from a doji. So that's a breakout of that indecision, if you may. Yeah, kung yun yung treatment niya dyan. Yan. Yeah. That's a breakout of that indecision. Indecision. Right? So, tapos, tingnan natin. That's on H4, no? H1 is still looking like a downtrend. So, interesting to see if the price can really break out of that. Ibig sabihin, magiging malakas yung dollar later tonight kung nag-breakout yan. Okay? So, yun yung gusto kong makita before I want to go for that short position, short term. Okay? Pero long term, the bias remains to be a buy. So, the most conservative for me here is to wait for that D1 bar to end. If it would be a pin bar, then I would love to go for a buy on Monday na. So, ibig sabihin, lahat nakasalalay dun sa non-farm payroll report tonight. If I'll go for the most conservative position here. Aggressively, I can wait for the H1 or maybe the 15-minute chart, right, to show me price going below the 1.0890. Okay, so yan yung magiging bias ko for Euro USD. Okay, GBP USD naman, I'm waiting for this pullback. Yep, meron tayong position dun, banda na yon. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, stretch natin ng konti, zoom in tayo. Yan. So, yan, yung correction na yan. Tapos, kung magtutuloy-tuloy siya dyan, meron tayong position din dyan. Pero may buy stop tayo tsaka sell limit pa dyan pag nagtuloy-tuloy. So, ibig sabihin, yung red na nakikita nyo, exit yun ng buy. So, pag ito nagtuloy-tuloy papunta doon, short term lang yung buy pag talagang continuation. May buy tayo dito, tapos may sell tayo running din dito. So, ibig sabihin, it's the correction that I'm waiting for. So, sabi ko nga kanina, no, after a breakout, we want to see a retest. So, that breakout happened at 1.2293. Ito yung maganda dito kagabi kasi nakuha natin yung konting bounce. Tapos dito nakapag scalp tayo ng konti. Tapos bumaba na siya ng tuloy-tuloy. So, yun na nga. Pullback na inaabangan ko dito. Hopefully, we can see the price somewhere here. Okay? Kung hindi talaga siya magtuloy dito. So, we can reassess for another sell here as a continuation for that downtrend. Okay? Remember that, again, we are operating on GBP USD, we are operating in this big sideways potential market, no? Kasi double top, continuation pababa. Yung short term na nakikita nyo kanina sa H4 is this short term sideways lang. Pero as the price, right, have moved and broken out of that symmetrical triangle, we are seeing a push on the downside or downward, no? Yung push na nakikita natin. So, hopefully a pullback is seen first. Tapos, saka tayo mag-reassess later on. Okay, so yun yung nakikita ko sa GBP USD. As far as the trading plan is concerned, saan na ba yun? Ay, ba't wala dito? Na-erase ata. Anyway, so sulat na lang natin yan later on. Okay? Yun yung GBP USD natin yan. Dollar yen, alam ko meron to talagang nakasulat dito. Sell, wait for better setup. Yan. Okay, so kung naalala nyo to, nandito pa yung price ng Wednesday. Yan. Naantay natin yung touch dun sa trend line na yan. So, yes, well and good. Price did move in that direction. Okay. May konting consolidation dito. A bearish engulfing is a beautiful scenery, right, for sellers there. Okay. Ngayon, mapapansin na, siguro, if you guys are familiar with currency correlation, no? So far as what we have seen, AUD-USD, NZD-USD, okay, Euro-USD, GBP-USD, okay, everything so far went down. Pero si dollar yen remained to go lower too. So, ibig sabihin, hindi talaga lumalakas si dollar technically. Okay? Okay, at least based on these other currencies. So kung if you play around with currency correlation, okay? So kumbaga sa nangyari dito, talagang humina din talaga yung itong mga currencies na to at the same time. Kasi looking at dollar yen, mahina pa rin si dollar versus the yen, okay? Or pwede nyo rin tingnan ganito, right? A different perspective is kay yen lang talaga mahina, si dollar naman. Okay? So ibang picture naman 'yon. Kaya nga if you are into currency relations, right? Or tawag nila doon correlation na nga. Okay? Hindi pwedeng si dollar yan lang. Titingnan nyo din yung ibang dollar-based pairs. Kasi yung nauna natin kanina, mapapansin nyo, term si USD. Nandun siya sa right-hand side. So, dito, from here, as you notice, ang next na titingnan natin are the dollar-based pairs. So, dollar-yen tingnan natin. So, mahina siya dito, no? Konting silip lang para I can give you that view that I'm talking about. Right? USD CHF. Look at that. Tumataas ng konti siya dito. USD CAD. Not that much, pero yes, tumaas din siya ng konti. So, ibig sabihin kay dollar yen or kay yen lang talaga siya mahina ngayon. So, in that case, just to give you an idea, if you want to study this further, let me know. Or, you can go and research this too. So, ginawa natin kanina, AUD, NZD, GBP, Euro, okay, price went down. Dollar yen or JPY. Ba to? Okay. Gusto ko kasi isulat ito. Yan, si JPY na lang. So, JPY, pababa din siya. Okay? Pero kung makikita mo siya sa CAD, okay, sa CHF, okay, pataas. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? So, technically, bukod kay dollar yen, okay, dollar is really quite doing well. Okay? Kasi pinush niya to pababa. Ibig sabihin, as a term currency, price is going lower, the dollar is strong. Right? As the base have pushed CAD and CHF prices much higher. Okay? Bukod lang kay yen. So ngayon, pwede nyo gamitin din si yen. Ano kaya ang laro ni yen kay ibang mga currency pairs? So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina na kung ayaw nyo maging involved kay dollar towards the rest of the evening because of non-farm payroll, pwede nyo tingnan yung mga yen pairs kay AUD yen, NZD yen, GBP yen, Euro yen, CAD yen, CHF yen. Right? So, yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Right? So, pwede nyo yung ganun tingnan later on. Pero anyway, we would like to focus on the major currencies here, just giving you an idea on how to look for other currency pairs just in case you are kinda alanganin to trade the dollar because of high impact news. So, find a non-dollar related pair, then you can put your effort or your focus there instead. Okay? So, as far as dollar yen is concerned, this is a beautiful run right here. So, if you want to add your EMAs to follow the trend there, yes, you can. I'm not adding it here because I want to see just a bigger picture of this one. Okay? So, I would like to see the price really push much lower. Okay? So, if the 15-minute chart will show me good reasons to sell again, pwede tayo dito. So, towards 126.79 bearish yung ating bias. Okay? Right. Moving on to USD CHF, as we have mentioned, okay, pwede din kayong pwede nyong gamitin ito as checking its relationship with the dollar, right, across the board. So far the price have moved higher for the last 2 days, okay, na respecting the 90.83 support, okay. Tingnan nga natin, may magandang entry price ba dito sa lower time frame. A bullish engulfing is present there. Okay? Again, disregard nyo mo yung EMA dito ha, because we're not trading based on the EMA when I say bullish engulfing coming from support. Yan. Technically, we're trading based on support. Okay? So, yan yung nakikita nating move dyan. Okay? Alright, so tingnan natin how things could progress from here. That's a beautiful bounce coming from H1. Again, a bullish engulfing there. Continuation, medyo na late na tayo. Ang ganda sana din pasukan yan. Curious ako, bumaba ba to? Hindi pa rin. Okay. So, yun no, sayang. 29 minutes away. If we went for 1:1, as strict as 1:1 can be, that's about 7 pip mover, right? that's happening now. Tapos kung i-base mo siya sa previous bar entry to stop loss, that's actually 1:1 already. Okay, pero kung nandun ka sa strict rule mo na 10 to 20 pips ang yung short-term trades, that's not even half of your 1 or 0.5:1 yet. So, well, about a pip now away from 1:1 if your target is 10 pips for short-term trades. Okay, so ako hindi ko nahabulin yan. Tingnan natin ang pullback niyan ulit. Then gusto ko siya mag-bounce sa EMA if we are following the trend. Okay? If you are a little bit conservative doing that on H4 and you want to follow the trend through your moving averages, then you want to see this crossover first, a pullback, a bounce from the EMA, then go, right? So, kung mapapansin nyo, pag long term talaga, or higher time frame, I mean, medyo kailangan nyo ng mas mahabang pasensya to wait for that setup. Okay, katulad nito. Pansinin mo, ilang 4-hour bars ang inantay mo para magkaroon ng bearish engulfing. Okay, pero worth it naman yung pag-aantay. So, technically, again, trading is not about, right, just clicking the buttons now. Yeah, it's all about understanding why should you click the button now or when should you say, yeah, I need to wait for a much better setup. Okay? So, the bias remains to be bullish here at least until the 92.21 level. It could be a little different if the market continues this D1 downtrend. Okay, so watch out for that move as well. So for the guys who are into looking into Fibonacci, kumbaga, this could be a level where you can expect for that downtrend to continue, right? Your 50% fib, probably about 60 to 78, yeah, fib level, which remains to be a downtrend pag dun siya nag-reverse. Okay? So, if you're not quite familiar with Fibonacci or you find it a little confusing or hindi ka lang talaga fan ni Fibonacci, then you can use the trend line instead to identify where the price can bounce off, right? Or kung talagang hindi ka trend follower, then find a strategy that can work for you best. Okay? So, that's the USD CHF that we have. Again, sabi ko nga, the bias remains to be bullish short term, pero yung long term talaga natin is downtrend pa rin naman si D1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if the trend suddenly changes short term, it only means that the D1 trend is now being followed by the markets. Okay? So, moving on to USD CAD, which is quite the same or almost identical. Right? Tanggalin ko na lang tong short-term sideways na minonitor natin last time. Right? Price have moved higher now. Hindi lang talaga siya nag-bounce dun sa 35.51. By the way, minsan naririnig nyo, hindi ko na binabasa yung whole number. Right? Okay, doon na tayo sa decimal point, dumediretso. Okay. Hindi lang talaga siya tumama doon, 35.12. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, pullback na yung gusto natin makita dito. Ibig sabihin, ulit, short term is bullish yung bias papunta doon. Okay. And, eventually, or probably, this could be the situation. And hanggang ma-breakout niya yan. So, we'll see. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is a type of a triangle pa rin. So, that's a descending triangle. Ibig sabihin, most likely, we are waiting for a bearish breakout. Okay? It's not guaranteed, but yun yung, kumbaga, yung prio 1 natin. Kumbaga, prio 0. Yun yung pinakamauunang bias natin sa bearish. Okay? So, pag hindi nangyari yan, then, pwedeng yung to the uptrend naman yung mangyari dyan. So, tingnan natin. Short term, sabi ko nga, buy muna tayo papunta dun sa trend line na yan. Okay? So, kung nasa lower time frame kayo, like H1, if you want to add your EMAs there, yes, you can. Monitor that too. Okay? Let's see how things would go from here. Alright? Kung mapapansin nyo, hindi ko talaga siya masyadong sineset upan. Okay? Kasi, from here, gusto ko lang siyang tumuloy dun sa trend line. Okay? And at the same time kasi, hindi siya nasa prio ng watchlist ko. Okay? So, ang nasa prio kasi ng watchlist ko is Euro, GBP, right? Dollar, Yen. Okay? And USD CAD. Right? USD CAD, USD CHF. So, USD CAD is not on it. Kung mapapansin nyo, wala siya masyadong analysis. Okay? Pero, yep. Let me know. Let me know as well if you want to have a much detailed analysis on USD CAD, right? Either you chat me directly or you message me here too. So, I can give you a USD CAD analysis too, right? Mapapansin nyo, hindi ko rin siya napopost masyado sa TGIFX. Kasi yung napopost ko dun is yung current ko ng minomonitor. Like NZD USD, by the way. Yeah. And then that. Okay? So, wala siyang EMA dito. If you wish to add your EMA, same drill lang naman, parang ganito magiging itsura niyan. Okay, sa H1. So, ang ganda lang nito, hindi natin nahuli. Okay. Yan, 1:1 na siya. So, that's good. Alright. Yeah, moving on to silver. Yeah. Waiting for support and resistance lang tayo dito. I hope you guys were able to catch this too, which has been very, very beautiful. Right? Buying from support, the 32.22 level, then selling from resistance, the 24.50 level. So, ibig sabihin, until these levels are broken, ito lang yung aabangan natin na area to buy or sell. Right? Papansin nyo, tuloy-tuloy pa yung pag-sideways ni market since about mid-December. Okay? So, will this market condition change? Possibly, right? As this is coming from an uptrend consolidating here. So, first impression ko dyan is a continuation, right? But of course, a reversal is likely to happen too. So, ito yung tinatawag nating bullish rectangle. Kasi this is coming from a bullish move. So, ibig sabihin, pwede kasi siyang maging part lang nung sinasabi nating pullback. Consolidation nga lang yung nakita natin. Kasi usually nakikita natin parang swing, 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 wave, 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 or phase 1, phase 2, yung mga depende sa term nyo, no? Yung ibang scenario kasi pwedeng mangyari, move sideways, move sideways. Ito na yung tinasabi ko kanina na bullish rectangle, right? So, flag, pennant, depende sa inyo kasi yung nagiging pennant pag naging ganito. Yeah, pag breakout ng symmetrical. Okay? So, ganun pa rin naman yan. So, coming from a bullish move, nag-consolidate, then continuation. Pero again, sabi ko nga, we're not discounting the possibility for that to go the opposite direction. Okay? So, not until it's broken, the bias remains to buy from the floor, sell from the resistance. Okay? Gold is also exciting to see after that drop, no? Yun, tinetest niya na ulit yung secondary floor level natin dito at 1908. Okay? If that can continue, then ibig sabihin, we are likely to see, look at that, a potential head and shoulder pattern. So, hopefully, mag-bounce siya dito para makita natin yung view na yan. Or else, pwedeng mangyari dito is, pwedeng magtuloy-tuloy to. Saka na tayo maghahanap. Ako maghahanap ako ng sell dito na talaga sa baba eh. Okay? Initially, the bias is a buy. Okay? So, the first bounce was really good. Yung secondary bounce, wala rin naman tayong price action dito to really go and set another pending order. Yeah. Not unless you went on to set a buy on the exact floor level, like the 1920 level. No? So, medyo malayo-layo na yung binabagsak niyan, about 90 pips. Okay? Dito wala rin, dito ito nag-trigger. So, it's always the breakout of the previous bar that I'm looking for. Hey, good afternoon, Sir Jovet. De La Passion. Thank you so much. Shout out. And thank you for making time to this afternoon as well. Alright, so, yun. Tingnan natin dito, no? This can be highly affected by the high impact news tonight. Kasi again, sabi natin, the dollar is heavily driven by gold, vice versa, right? Kasi bakit? Well, my opinion lang naman about this. Again, this is coming from me, my personal opinion. Gold is still the oldest currency out there, right? And almost, I would say, almost every country, right? The major ones have gold reserve. Now, ibig sabihin, looking at the dollar being the widely used currency, if investors are not that confident with the dollar, they're likely to look at gold, right? Nga lang, you cannot disregard yen, as investors will look into yen as well. Same with CHF, right? Nadagdagan pa ng panibago ngayon, which is Bitcoin, di ba? So, lumalawak. So, ibig sabihin, in this case for me, the gold, right, as a commodity that it is right now, okay, it is heavily driven by dollar's performance. So, yeah, tingnan natin how things would progress there. Pero ako, ang bearish bias ko will go only if it is already at the 1903 level. So, mas lower dito sa line na to, saka lang ako magiging interesado for a sell on gold. Kasi, given that D1 is still an uptrend. Look at that beautiful uptrend right there. Technically, ngayon pa nga lang yung nagpapahinga since December. Well, technically from November na push. Okay? So December talaga yung magandang move niya. Kasi kung lalagay tayo ng trend line dito, just in case, no? Right? If you want to check on this one. Ito pa lang yung magiging sabihin nating retest eh. Tapos short term pa lang to dito. Tapos yun pa. So ibig sabihin long term sell niya talaga nandito. Yan. So that is when you are following the the major trend, right? So my bias remains to be bullish, but again, it needs to stay above the 1902, or it needs to 1920, or it needs to drop at 1908, saka tayo magbabay ulit kasi that's a reasonable 100 per move, di ba? So that's good. Okay, as an update lang on crude, yes, beautifully it dropped and it's now below the 75.98 level. Hopefully it can continue. As a consumer, we want to see that go much lower. All right, but of course you see this channel right here as I have drawn this from Monday, right? Look at that channel showing us a beautiful uptrend there. Sana lang ito yung mga scenario na sana wag niyang sundin yung technical analysis na nakita natin dito, kasi as consumer we want to see the price to go much lower. If it can go lower than the 71 level there, I would love to see it go there for more rollback sa ating crude prices, right? So yeah, that's the expectation. Hopefully it can go back to well, not necessarily when it was negative $5 in the market when the pandemic hit, but if it can go that way, much better without having the pandemic, no? So napakamura ng gas yung time na yun eh. Kung maalala ko, sa may yung sea oil sa Pasig palengke na malapit, it was just about 18 pesos per liter. Kaso nga lang wala kang pupuntahan. Right? In Zamboanga City now, it's 71. Right? So, di ba? Ang layo-layo ng tinalon eh. Di ba? So, ngayon, meron kang gustong puntahan, in 71, eh di pikit mata ka magpapagasolina ulit ng full tank para makaalis ka lang. Di ba? Hindi ka tulad doon. Yung kabila naman, mura-mura yung crudo kaso lang wala kang mapuntahan. So, well, give and take. Right? So, anyway, hopefully we can see that price go much lower. Yun yung idol ko. Yun yung pinaka-idol ko, nandito pala siya. Ayan. Shout out kay Coach Chard Narido. Ayan, ayun pala eh. Nandiyan pala siya. Alright, so yun po. Ayan, yun yung opinion natin about crude. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing as well. Right? So sabi nga natin, coming from that sideways dito, itong zone natin dito coming from that December, yung monitor tayo dyan nung December, yun, spike siya. Ang ganda ng spike dito. Ngayon nagko-consolidate na naman siya ulit. Okay? So tingnan natin kung kaya niyang i-break yung ating 24,555 level, which medyo konting-konti na lang kahapon, hindi niya lang talaga na-break. Okay? Kaso nga lang, the last time it was doing that, etong uptrend na to, ito yung expectation din natin. Hindi nangyari yan. Okay? Pero hopefully this one is a little bit better for the guys who are keeping their Bitcoins. Yeah, may pag-asa pa. May pag-asa pa. I know someone who bought it at 25. So, medyo malayo-layo pa, pero hopefully konti na lang, recover na. No, konting-konti na lang. Okay, so given the scenario, the bias remains to be bullish on Bitcoin. It's just that it needs to break out the 24,000 level, which is, to be exact, 24,555 level, to see a much bullish move further. Okay? So those are the major currency pairs that we have. At the same time, let's go and jump in very, very quickly, right? Dun sa reminder natin for tonight's high impact news. We have 4 flagged there so far: average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, unemployment rate, and ISM PMI numbers. Okay? So again, we have the ADP numbers that was released. It was a little lower, right? Noong February 1. So as it was mentioned, okay, ADP, right, analyzes, yes, the payroll data. Okay, it's called Automatic Data Processing Inc. Okay, so kumbaga, sabihin na lang natin na it is almost like an estimate of what's happening there. Okay, kumbaga, sabi nga na, if I'll be reading a line coming from Forex Factory, right, it is, right, this data provides an early look to employment or at employment growth, right? Usually 2 days ahead of the government released employment data, right? That is designed to mimic. Okay? So, kumbaga, sort of like an estimate or kumbaga, tingnan natin baka meron silang inside information, right? So, pwedeng maging accurate, pwedeng hindi, okay? Pero the last number that was released, sabihin na natin, puntahan natin yung January, okay? Um, 5, okay, na number na 235,000, okay? Or sorry, yung forecasted number niya, okay? The forecasted number was 152, then the actual number was 235, okay? So ngayon, titingnan natin yung pinaka-actual naman nung, again, we were trying to be a little OC when it comes to the non-farm payroll numbers, okay? So medyo close naman siya sa 223. Okay, so ulitin ko lang po yung estimate doon was 235. Medyo mataas lang ng konti, okay, sa 223. Okay, pero still, it was good because the forecasted number was 200,000. Okay, and the actual number is 223,000. So ibig sabihin, the numbers was very very good for the dollar. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if non-farm payroll number there, okay, as non-farm employment change is concerned, expectation, if the actual number is greater than the forecasted number, then it would be good for the USD. Okay? So, pwedeng, nakikita natin dito, medyo may konting tama yung numbers niya coming from January, okay? Na tumaas siya than the forecasted. So, it could be good for the dollar tonight as well. So, yun isa po yun sa tinitingnan ko. So, at least 2 days before, okay, meron tayong parang pwedeng pag-aralan doon. Pero sabi ko nga, right, the number is not the number until it is actually released because you are talking about non-farm numbers or employment rate. Okay? So, yun lang po. Okay? We have average hourly earnings coming from 930. Okay? Then, back to back with non-farm payroll and unemployment rate. Okay? It can be wild tonight. Please be extra careful. Alright? You can see some gaps there. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng gap? Biglang mag-move si market from where it closed na mag-open siya bigla at 9:30. Okay? Lalo na kung nasa, let's say, 1-minute chart kayo. Okay? 9:29 na, nakaabang ka. Right? Tapos biglang nag-spike yung price, malayong-malayo dun sa in-expect mo. Diba? So, pwedeng tamaan ka nung slippage na tinasabi. Okay? Magandang slippage dyan kung papunta sa favor mo. Okay? So, yun lang po. Preparation to what's gonna happen tonight. Please set your expectations properly. Okay? There could be gaps. There could be some slippage there. So, if you have some current position and you're kind of hesitant to keep them, and it's profitable now, by your discretion, you can take the money and reassess your position later on. Okay? Pero if you're planning to get in tonight, be extra careful. Okay? Please make sure that every time you get in, okay, set the stop loss. Unahin nyo yung stop loss kaysa sa take profit. Okay? Take profit, pwede nyo i-maximize kung ano yung full potential ng market. Yung stop loss kasi, once the market moves the opposite direction, okay, at bigla kang, diba, hindi na makapag-react, na stun ka kumbaga, right? At the market moved the opposite direction, it could be, it could cause serious damage to your personal account. Okay? So, yun lang po yung reminder ko sa inyo. Alright? Tapos, another one before that. Now, still talking about the news. Hindi pa po matatapos sa 9:30 news because you have ISM coming at 11 p.m. Okay? So, coming at 11 p.m., ISM, ano ba to? Institute of Supply Management. Why do we care? Because this is a leading indicator for economic health. Right? So, yun yung titingnan pa rin natin doon. Okay? So, ngayon, ang tanong na lang dyan ngayon is kung may lakad ka ng Friday evening at gusto mo talaga tong i-trade, okay? Huwag kang iinom until after 11 p.m. Because I do not suggest for you to operate trading under the influence of alcohol. Because your decisions could be different when you're sober and when you're drunk. Okay? So, yun lang naman po. Few reminders towards the non-farm payroll. And of course, you guys were able to catch some beautiful trades for the whole week. I'm starting my February with 9.3% up. That's so far just 3 days of trading, and hopefully we can push that further towards the next week. Sabi ko nga, sa mga nakakopy po sa akin and you see different result on your account, it could possibly be that you have copied very recent lang. Okay? So, huwag kayong mag-alala. Right? Kung iba yung result nyo, let me know, and that we can still go and recover kung ano pa yung ano. Right? Kung ano pa yung mga kailangan natin na recover. We have about 4 or 3 weeks more to go. Plus minus yung 2 days ng 27 and 28. Well, anyway, it has been a very beautiful week for me personally. After some few weeks na medyo naging busy tayo, this is probably my week that I have more screen time than the last couple of weeks, right? So I'm looking for more screen time next week and the next weeks to come. Right. So again, this is me, Ken, doing the live market review for you. If you have questions, clarifications, you can always reach me out directly to my Facebook account. Just search me. It's Kenny V Al Carmen, right? If you have not yet been part of the TGIFX group, yeah, look for it, TGIFX premiere, or thanks God it's Friday. No, it's your trader's guide into Forex. All right, so again, ulitin ko lang po. Wala pong masamang magtanong, right? Just reach out to me if there's some clarification that you need, all right? And you guys have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. You stay safe, you stay healthy, and as always, may the pips be with every one of us. Have a lovely evening ahead of you guys. Bye for now.